ये लड़का गिर गया था, लेकिन अपने बल पर फिर खड़ा हो गया है। मैं इसकी इज्जत करता हूं।
Amitabh Bachchan, the star of the millennium, सदी के महानायक, a legendary superstar, one of the most prominent personalities. He is an inspiration for many, an actor who has a global presence. Even at the age of 80s, he is a megastar, a true Shahenshah of Bollywood. Amitabh Bachchan, more than his successful life and career, had a lot of setbacks in his life and career. Failure, misfortune, and ill health have threatened his life at every juncture. What makes this man so strong, so determined, so focused in his career, in his life? So let me list out the kind of misfortunes he had in his life and career. First, the voice we admire and love the most was rejected by All India Radio. Second, after having initial flops of almost 7 to 8 films in a row, he was completely broke, but he stayed firm with positivity till he tasted success in Anand and Zanjeer. As he was climbing the success ladder, he met with an accident on the sets of Coolie. He was clinically declared dead for few minutes by the doctors, but his body was also as tough as his mind, so it didn't give up and Mr. Bachchan survived. And then he went on to become the Shahenshah of Bollywood. But still, after his recovery from that incident, he still had many problems with his health. Well, this was not the end of the problems, as he faced another downfall in his life. His films were really not doing well in the box office. Again, he started a company, ABCL, which was a disaster. Even though the company was formed way ahead of its time, failed miserably. Mr. Bachchan was in debt of almost $5 million. He had to file for bankruptcy. इतने बड़े फेलियर एक इंसान को तोड़ने के लिए काफी होता है, but he embraced the failure. वो सब छोड़ के भागे नहीं, जिंदगी के जंग को छोड़कर भागे नहीं. In such circumstances, anyone can lose strength to move on, but he came back again to stardom with Mohabbatein, and then a TV series, Kaun Banega Crorepati. Mr. Bachchan once mentioned, bad luck either destroys you or makes you the man or woman you really are. Mr. Bachchan is a prime example of someone being pegged back repeatedly in his life, professionally and personally, and yet he fought back. He is a perfect role model for all of us, not only the ones who want to be aspiring actors, but also the people who want to achieve success in their life. So through this video, we are going to show you some inspirational speeches. Maybe you can understand how a life is, how a person who is struggling with his life can come out of it, work through it, and attain success.
All assets, all properties were attached. So when you sign a personal guarantee, then you are personally liable to pay that. And so there were about 90 crore rupees to be paid back. And there were creditors on the door every day. Very embarrassing, very humiliating. Suddenly changed their expressions on their faces, became very hostile, became very humiliating and rude. Everything goes wrong because something has gone wrong in your life, and everyone wants to then say, you know, it's over for you. Let's bury this guy, give him a good epithet, and that's it. So that's how bad it was. I had no films.
None at all?
No. And I had no money. I got up at 4 one morning and I went to my office and I sat on my desk and I said, what is it that I can do best? And I felt that I could act. So I thought that I must get back to acting. And I walked across to my dear friend, Mr. Yash Chopra, who lives just behind my house. And I said, I'm out of job, give me a job. And he, within a minute, said, I have a film called Mohabbatein, and we have a role for you, and would you work in it? I said, fine. And that's how things started. Things started materializing soon after. I think KBC also had a substantial amount of credibility that flowed over to me. And a combination of these things got me going again. That's my destiny, and it's written. I guess it'll happen, and who knows, something worse may happen even now. Life isn't smooth all the time. It gets okay, then it gets rough again, and that's what life is all about. Of wanting to test me, of how I'm going to face this situation, and whether or not I'm going to succumb to it. I'm happy that he gives me the strength, along with the problems that he gives me. I think that failure is a part of every human being's life. To think that failure is never ever going to come to you is the first mistake. It is bound to come some point of time. Even if you're riding a huge wave of success, I think it's important that at the back of your mind, you should be wary that tomorrow everything can go wrong. And whenever I think like this, I immediately think, okay, suppose I was to lose everything. What is the bottom line that would keep me comfortable? The worst is that things can't go worse than that. From there on, you say, okay, this is where I am. I have to move forward from here. This is the worst scenario. Now I must move forward. So every day you keep pegging away, digging at something, poking at something. And even if it's a centimeter that you move forward, at least you move forward. Right? The important thing is that you're moving forward. And there is some amount of satisfaction that you've done something.
If we accept this factor.
Many of the mishaps or the wrong decisions or the failures that I had were great learning grounds for me. I think I'm a lot wiser now. No one is the ultimate person as far as wisdom is concerned. So I feel that I wouldn't want to change anything and just continue the way I'm going.
A dream, a vision is not an intangible, unreal, imaginary piece of fiction. A dream has hands, it has feet, it has a body. Your hands, your feet, your body. The dream is you, and you are the dream. May the two always remain united in spirit. And if that means a struggle, if that means a fight to finish, so be it. It's not about winning or losing. It's about living a life. Be the dream that you wish to see in the world. Life is not a race course. Life is an order, a discipline. Life is a focus, life is a purpose achieved by virtues which are developed with personal effort. Do not gamble on life. It may not happen twice. Our dream is our worship. Our vision is our prayer. This is the structure of dreams. This is the bond. This is also the bondage, a bond of love, the bondage of responsibility, be that of a small family or that of a large nation. We are because we dare to dream. We are because we learn to excel.
मशहूर होने की ख्वाहिश नहीं हमें, आप हमें पहचानते हैं, बस इतना ही काफी है। अच्छे ने अच्छा और बुरा ने बुरा कहा हमें, क्योंकि जिसको जितनी जरूरत थी उसने उतना ही पहचाना हमें।